Welcome, dear friends and followers of this KLR Virtual Academy. On part of our journey through this platform regard to communication skill development, particularly for students in various levels and contexts, we have been moving on par with our commitment regard to concept of communication skills, strategies to be followed, and effectiveness to cope the communication effect in all aspects will be discussing so far. Today, we will be discussing regard to two aspects. In the previous session, we have discussed regard to debate strategies. Prior to that one, we have discussed regard to group discussion strategies. Now, we will be discussing on an important aspect called as role playing, and one more thing, mobile thinking, right? Let us go for what is what, right? So role playing. Many organizations in schools and somewhat formal organization context, some of course in the family context also, we can see this kind of role playing activities very prominent. So the name itself saying that the candidate, in the sense that the student or the aspirant is supposed to play a role given to him on that moment. This may be called as some dumb show, some dumb shits, some close high, open window, some local names also there for this one. So formally it is called as role play. In this, the student or the aspirant or the candidate is supposed to play a role given to him for a given stipulated time or time bound, right? It's objective. Why role play? Say here I am saying, means I am playing the role of a speaker or somewhat a sender in communication process. Yourself is listeners are somewhat called as receivers or audience, right? So here the aspirant is supposed to take choice and chance himself or herself to step into the new role. That may be a teacher role, that may be a parent role, that may be a friend role, that may be a manager role, that may be a superior role, that may be a subordinate role, or that may be a politician role, or that may be a cinema hero role, what it may be. So role means the external behavior associated with a personal or personality is called as a role. Teacher means teaching, teaching dimensions, teaching effectiveness, teaching ethics. So these are together called as a teacher's role, right? So here also, in such a role play, if you are actively involved, definitely you will develop your intrapersonal communication, because you are supposed to practice yourself. Interpersonal communication, if you so you are supposed to practice with your friends. If it is a two roles given to two of your friends, and if it is a group context, then you are supposed to learn about group communication strategies as skills, and public speaking skills as well as mass communication skills, right? Many kind of skills will be developed. Same time assertiveness will be habituated to you. Same time listening skills will be habituated to you. Same time activating aspirant, your activating capacity will be developed. Motivation skills will be developed. Overall your personality will be polished. Your attitude will be refined and shaped in a particular manner, right? So that's why role playing is very important activity. Everywhere you can see this activity in your in your childhood. You are supposed to play with like parents roles, family roles, many kinds of roles you are supposed you might have played in your childhood. Of course, in the context of your school level also, you might have practiced this one also, like ekapatra abhinayam, one role to play, like that one, and dual role to play, and multiple role to play. Many kinds of activities you might have witnessed. Now you are supposed to practice the same again in a proper way, with a proper understanding of the context, context and content, and what kind of communication level is being taken place there, and what are the channel your media to be used, and your vocabulary, your word power, and your body language are all together play an important role and all together will develop while you are enjoying this role play activity. If you go through the objective, one should have very clear and comprehensible ideas about role playing topic, right? So this could be develop a comprehensible idea and clear picture of a given role. For example, if we are supposed to play board of managing directors in a board of directors meeting, like that. So you are supposed to have clear idea regard to what is the role structure, job profile, role profile of that managing director, like that. If one has ordinary ideas, he or she may perform ordinarily. So clear thinking and role play preparation result in clear outcomes. Here I mean to say thinking capacity will be enhanced, not like horse type thinking. You are supposed to make thinking of 360 degrees, that is called as critical thinking. Same time, ordinary performance, extraordinary performance. If you acquire some knowledge, if you gather some information, and if you make it into rehearsal, then definitely your performance will be extraordinary and highly appreciable. And next, are you accessing skill, or are you developing them? Right? This is one more objective of role. Right? So assessing skill and developing skill. Right? So assessing skill will be outer's point of view. If you are playing a role, the audience will assess whatever skill base you have. Same time, on your point of view, you are supposed to develop your skill base. That's why this is a dual objective, right? Your your skill base will be assessed by the evaluator and the audience. Same time, your your knowledge and skill base will be automatically developed. That's why. The next one, are you giving everyone the same level of challenge, or are you flexing according to the level of skill demonstrated by each individual? Right? This is one more objective, right? So such role you are supposed to play in many ways. Many contexts, many backgrounds, or many dices, right? So in such cases, every time you are performing the role, you are supposed to enhance, you are supposed to overcome the drawbacks, you are supposed to improve your vocabulary, body language, and the context and your performance and your presentation. That's why there is a flexible behavior will be developed by role play. Means allowing changes, permitting changes, access to change is called as flexible behavior. So such kind of flexible behavior will be habituated to the participants. So this is not only for a time pass program, this is a skill developing context or content that will be enhance your skill base as well as your personality makeup. Okay, right. The next one, you are supposed to play these roles in formal and informal context also. If it is a organization backdrop, that could be called as formal. If it is a classroom, that could be also formal. Of course, if it is a classroom in the absence of teacher, that may be called as informal. When you are playing these roles with your friends like chit chat timings, this could be informal play, or somewhat you can have your in your family background or some festivals also, right? So this is an important aspect. You are supposed to choose a role, an individual, by a mono role, or by a multiple role, or by a dialogue delivery oriented role, right? Next, the process. Now we are discussing, right? So far, our topic is called as a role playing strategy, right? First, you are supposed to a 5-letter acronym called as a SMART principle. SMART. S stands for specific. You are supposed to play or deliver or present or demonstrate or perform specifically what you are supposed to do. If you are playing a teacher role, you are supposed to stick on particularly the context or the dynamic of a teacher. Role model. Many times we are using, he is our role model, she is our role model, right? So role model means her or his behavior will be adaptable and followable to you. You are supposed to follow, not imitate. Don't imitate anyone, just follow their dynamism, their body language, their style of dressing, their style of delivery, their voice culture, their eye contact culture, right? So specific topic to be chosen, and specifically you are supposed to deliver that topic. The next one, measurable, right? What it means, measurable. Before to that, we have discussed regard to this is a assessment of your skill base and development. So if it is an assessment of point of view, your performance or your role play process to be measurable. How can it be measurable? In the time of, given the time, you are supposed to deliver all the talk or content within a given of time. That could be measurable. Your body language could be measurable. Your voice culture could be measurable, and your appearance or your posture will be, dressing sense will be measurable, and your eye contact to be measurable, and your assertiveness to be measurable. All special traits that could be measurable. Don't play a role without considering all these. So you are supposed to consider all these things when you are playing a role. That could be measurable by yourself and by the others, of course, from the evaluator's point of view. Next one, agreed, right? So here, agreed means you are supposed to play the role as per the norms, as per the guidelines, as per the premises or the framework laid down at that time. Don't expect to behave yourself beyond that boundaries. That's why your role playing shall be agreed to the prevailed norms and rules and regulations or the condition. Okay, so you are supposed to go through and go within that environment. Don't expect to move outside of that given boundaries. Next one, realistic, right? So don't pretend, don't act, just perform. Don't pretend or don't act, just perform. That could be realistic. If you are delivering a teacher, you are playing a role of teacher, then you are making usage of a board and chalk piece and some teaching methods, teaching equipments and kit and so and so and so. You are supposed to be really like that a teacher, be really like that a manager or managing director, so that could be realistic. No one can say that this is an acting. No one can say that this is it. So everyone can say what a wonderful and realistic role he could have or she could have delivered or played. That much of applause you are supposed to get. That's why don't pretend or don't act, just perform as you are supposed to be like that. Next one, T stands for time bound. Before to this one, I could have saying that this is a time bound presentation. Within that given time, you are supposed to cover all the topic. Role playing may involve some introduction. Role playing may involve some backdrop, everything, right? So you are supposed to perform your task within that given time bound. That's why you are supposed to, your topic or your performance to be specifically, and it should be measurable, and it should be agreed to the norms, and it should be real, don't like an action, and it should be a time bound period, right? So this is an important acronym or a shortcut of 5 principles of role play, so that your role play will be look like very real and realistic. Okay, next one, select the person and persons. For example, if you are playing a mono role, no need to select anyone. But if you are playing a non-mono role, group role play, then you are supposed to select your person, somewhat your partner also. For example, a context given, just introduce your friend to another new friend to your old friend. This is given topic. Then you are supposed to select 2 people who are on par with your emotional backdrop. They must cope with your identity. They must be move as you are moving, and they must follow as you are flowing. That's why. So whenever you are choosing the team members for role playing, you are supposed to identify special persons that they will definitely an added thing to you, rather a -1 to your role play. So specifically, particularly, and what I mean to say, capable or somewhat desirable or suitable persons you are supposed to select. Next one, assign the topic. After selection, you are supposed to assign the topic. If it is a 5 members role, you are supposed to assign 5 roles, including you specifically. No overlapping, right? Say, for example, there is A and B and C and D, E. So some topic given to B shall not be overlap to C. So strictly, clear-cutly, the roles to be defined and task to be assigned. no overlapping, no interdependence, and no something following and something that could not be taken place. So that's why assign the topic in a specific time bound, stipulated time bound with a stipulation time bound and with a specific topic or task. Next, let the participants to plan and discuss their role performance, right? So before you are performing role play, you must allow them to some time to make plan and to discuss themselves and to perform themselves like rehearsal or practice. Let each participant know the dialogues and responses of their partners and opponents. Yeah, this is an important. So this is called as a script making, right? So screenplay, somewhat you can use this word in movies and plays, right? So script or dialogue content to be prepared in a legible manner and a legible language and a legible paper on a legible paper. So that should be given very in advance to them, so that the people could make practice of usage of delivery of dialogues and performance. Same time, they are supposed to consider the assertiveness and affirmativeness. Say assertiveness means allowing others in the role play as and when that time occurs. Whereas affirmative means response, giving response to others. When you are speaking, you are supposed to expect some response from your students or audience. Same that when others speaking, they are also expecting the same. That's why assertiveness and affirmativeness shall be followed during this step or strategy. That's why each participant should practice well in advance about their dialogues and responses, what responses they are expecting from others and opponents also. Okay, so that they could make or manage their dialogue delivery and they could deliver the talk or performance without any burden. Next one, let them play their assigned roles. Yeah, many times they have to perform their assigned roles before the actual role play process, right? So plenty of time to be given. Of course, it is not an instant show. If it is an instant show, that will be an added thing if you have practiced it earlier to that one. That's why, so in an informal context, you are supposed to make practice. By practicing, you definitely, the skill base will be developed. So that if it is given in an instant without no time bound period, you will perform very effectively. No need to, get rehearsal in a lengthy manner. That's why practice whenever it is, available time. Next one, obtain feedback. After role play process, you must obtain feedback from all the audience and the crew and the evaluators also. So that next time you will not allow or commit any mistakes which was taken place today, and the next time you will improve all aspects regard to dialogue delivery, regard to your dressing up, regard to your body language, regard to your voice culture, regard to your eye contact, regard to your overall performance. Like next, reconcile the whole process. Like say, why I mean to say that you should reconcile. First, we are starting with SMART principle: selection of persons, assigning the topic, and allowing them to plan themselves, and providing dialogues and some responses to them, and making them practice. Then coming to the actual role play, that then obtaining feedback. This could be reconciled after role play process, so that it will give the majority level of your role play success or failure by your own way. That's why, so reconciliation of this role process should be done after each role play you have performed. So that may be recorded. Nowadays we have some digital technology. Your role plays were being clearly recorded on screen. Also you will see, and on streaming also taken place. Recorded sessions are also taken place into the Google Drive and some internet. That's why, so this could be a best mechanism regard to your role play success or failure. That's why you are supposed to allow this one. So these are some simple steps. Nothing to nothing to consider. These are some hurdles, some speed breakers, and some special parameters we must go. Just selection of person, assigning the topic, like providing some plans to them, making providing of dialogues and explaining responses, then performing, then getting feedback, then reconciliation of the total process. Very simple and simple, steps. This will be helpful in your developing in your interpersonal skills, intrapersonal communication skills, group communication skills, and somewhat public and mass communication skills. And it will allow to change your attitude. It will allow to change, develop your assertiveness and your affirmativeness and all beautiful traits of communication process that could be overallly make up your personality, so that you will be the best person to that job or that role actual. Say what it means. Role play is a trial version like that. If you perform it very well, definitely such role will be given in that organization or in your family or somewhat in your school, and anywhere that environment you can see. So the better role you will be chosen. Earlier days, role was given to you and then used to evaluate your performance. But nowadays, time will not permit. Nobody want to waste any kind of resources without practicing. That's why role play is a practicing activity for effective utilization of human resources particularly. Okay, that's why role play an important aspect. The next one you can see, role play topics, very simple topics. I am just giving you some. Invite Mr. A to your birthday party. Very important role, right? So the task is inviting Mr. A. That is, Mr. A will be maybe your friend, maybe your neighbor, maybe your teacher, or maybe a stranger also. Okay? So you are supposed to introduce yourself and get introduced that person and invite your birthday party. Very simple and sweet. So delivery of lengthy dialogues, zigzag movement of your body will not consider role play, right? So to the what extent of words you are supposed to use, you are supposed to deliver. To the what extent of your body movements supposed to have, you are supposed to have. That's why. So next one, politely refuse A's invitation. Second one, right? Say somebody asks you to come to a party or come to an occasion, or asked your bike, so you are supposed to refuse. You want to refuse, but politeness is very important for your future good communication. The next one, persuade your sister to do an engineering course which will be suitable to her. Yeah, nowadays we are discussing this topic very much. Due to this pandemic situation, many people with intermediate maths and biosciences are supposed now they are in a dilemma whether to go for engineering or whether to go for I mean to say this graduation courses, right? So here your task is playing a role that you are supposed to get agree your sister or your friend or your something neighbor, whatever maybe, about the course which you are want to pursue by them. Okay, that's why this is an important one. Next one, condolence one of your friend's grandmother's death. This is a sad situation. Here also some special tips you are supposed to use. Usage of words and usage of body language also important. Next, call and tell your boss, Mr. B, you can't come to work because of illness, right? This is the regular role play now nowadays we are having, right? Earlier to this, we have to put message or we have to put an email or a letter regard to leave. If that is not possible in case, then you are supposed to spoke on that mobile. Okay, so how to convince your superior or your boss or your what it may be teacher to grant of leave for today. Reason is illness, right? Next, ask one of your friends to teach you to play foot play, right? So one of your friend is an expert in football play, then you are supposed to ask simply, can you get practice of football? This is not role play, right? A context to be designed yourself, an environment to be create yourself, where your task is to get agreed that person regard the task given. Next, call to order 2 cups of coffee. Simple, but it will have some 2 to 3 minutes conversation. Of course, this is also a role play. Next, you are very aggressive on your cousin. Many a time we are facing such kind of situations regard to some reasons known or unknown, right? So you are supposed to show your aggressiveness, your angerness on your cousin, then you are supposed to play like this one. Next, advise your friend not to take drug which is not good for health. This is one kind of a counseling aspect. Regard to smoking, regard to drinking. Here your role is counselor role, right? So role play, you may be playing as a counselor role, or an advisor role, or a teacher role, or a parent role, or a manager role, or as a employee role, or as a superior role, or as a subordinate role. Many roles you are supposed to play. That's why every context gives some special skill development to you by performing that one. Next, you got a missed call from a stranger, right? This is very important. Task now we are seeing. This is an important activity, a regular activity, often activity we are facing like that. So, because of mobile network and on something, right? So, when you receive a missed call from a stranger, you are supposed to call to them, ask to them who are they and what their purpose, whether it is a jumped call, whether it is a missed call, or whether it is a unknown call, what it may be. Don't shout them, don't shout upon them, don't scold them, or don't use abusive language on them. Just make use to call them as they are known to you. If it is not related task, then end that call. That's it, right? So these are some important. These are some regular topics. You can find your friends as your role play party members, and you can get practice. Very important. There is nothing to write many dialogues of pages of dialogues or something. Just a simple language. Use simple language, simple dialogues, and concrete dialogues, and use a sophisticated body language, and make perform of them. If you use these 10 tips, 10 topics, and perform yourself with the help of your friends or your family members or with your colleagues, definitely some sort of strange of communication level will be, you will enjoy that change of communication level of your own. That's why, so dear friends, actually involve such role plays whenever there chance, there is a chance that you got. Okay, right. So these are regard to role playing topics. By this, your attitude will be refined, your communication level be, skills will be developed, and your assertiveness and critical thinking develop, assertiveness, affirmativeness, and all kinds of inclusiveness. Inclusiveness, I am using that. Inclusiveness means allowing others to speak in that environment. So inclusiveness will be certainly developed, and you will be given a better role, and you will be provided a leading aspect. You will become a leader, you will become a team leader, you will become an in charge, you will become the head of the department, or you will become head of the task, right? So these are some important inputs to get the chance. Nobody is getting leader role, or HOD role, or in charge role, or head of the task role by their qualifications, but by their virtues regard to role playing skills. How far they are leading will define their state and status in that organization. Okay, so this is regard to role play, and now we are moving on important aspect regard to mobile phone or telephone or telephone strategies, right? So this is a double, not double, and this is a multi-edged sword, used for positive and used for negative. That may affect, that may impact you and your circle, right? So I'm not going to discuss about what is mobile, how it works, and what are the network, and what are the features. Just regard to mobile speaking strategies and mobile usage strategies, particularly you are making charting, right? So you are using mobiles for calling, charting, and communicating, because our task is communication skills. That's why I am going to cover the points which are directly and purely related to communication aspects by and over a mobile. Okay, right, that what it means, right? So cell phones are great. One must accept this truth. If you have a smartphone, that means the entire world is with you. If you have a smartphone, entire learning is with you. If you have a smartphone, so much of role play and so much of communications levels are ahead. That means you can have a interpersonal skill context, a group communication context, a public communication context, or a mass communication context with the help of a mobile. That's why this is a communication encyclopedia. I'm saying that the mobile phone is a communication encyclopedia. So here our task is to the what extent we are using for these mobiles as what they are meant for, whether we are using for a proper purpose, I mean a particular purpose, or a vague or vacuum backdrop, right? So some strategies, so somewhat they are called as mobile ethic, that is the precautions or norms or self-defined boundaries or framework or premises that one could be follow when they are using mobile phone, right? So they keep us in touch with friends and family and can be lifesavers in an emergency. This is the, I mean, beautiness and advantage of this phone. Next one, but they can also annoying if not used thoughtfully. Earlier I'm saying that they keep in touch our friends and family. They are making very positive connection with our surroundings. I mean, the mobile will be annoyed. I mean, they will create some, I mean, much sort of annoyance if they are not used thoughtfully. I mean, using without reason, making without a reason, providing without reason. These are called as importance. Important features of annoyance. Next one, remember, your phone does not have to be on all the time, and you don't always have to answer it immediately. Yeah. So this is one kind of what I mean to say, one kind of communication process. Now we are seeing that when you have a phone with you on hand, somebody make call to you. After that, what you are supposed to call back the people. I mean, all the persons who are making calls during your absence. That's why. So it is an important thing that don't think like you or others that everybody having mobile 24 hours with them. Next one, learn to use your phone's features like silent ring, vibrate, and voicemail to handle the times when your phone would be bothering others if it rang and you answered it. I mean to say, you are supposed to keep the mobile outcomes, whether in a, I mean, if it is a, in a silent mode or silent ring or vibrate and voice mode, right? So this is an important thing. One should go for that one, so that this could be an important one. So that what I mean to say here, when if you won't have the capacity when to use sound voice or when to use vibration and when to use voice low, then that would be disturb you, not only you and the people who surround to you. Okay, right? Make a while. So got it, this one. So you are supposed to use make silent and make vibrate whenever it is the situation is needed, right? So many times you are facing these embarrassing situations, some loud ringtones and some very what mean to say, very twittering sounds in mobile phones, even it is a formal context, right? So this is to be considered very carefully. Next, you will go for some telephone ethic or mobile ethic. Now we are discussing. We have some 10 sweet points regard to this one. Be in control of your phone. Don't let it control you. This is important, particularly students. The mobile or the electronic gadget should be in your control. Don't addict, don't depend overly on that one. It is an aid to your day-to-day life and living, but it is not the life that you depend completely on it. That's why this is a beautiful concept. I mean, statement. Be in control of your phone, but don't let it control you. Right. Next is speak softly. Right. So voice culture, calling tones, raising tones, falling come raising tones, raising come falling tones, many kind of tones we have discussed so far in this communication lectures. That's why how far you are using very gently and softly and mildly will be reached to the other person, because this is a matter of technology. No need to shout, no need to alight, no need to usage of some big words or big slides, right? So speak softly. Next, be courteous to the those you are with. Turn off your phone if it will be interrupting a conversation or activity, right? You are supposed to respect others. You are supposed to give importance to others when you are involving a conversation, when you are involving a interpersonal or a group or a public or a mass communication context. Any kind of any level of communication level, you are supposed to give. Previously, we are using two words: affirmative and assertiveness. If you want to make affirmative, if you want to make assertiveness, definitely you are supposed to, switch off your mobile, or at least mute your mobile if it is not needed in that context. Right? Next one, watch your language, especially when others can overhear you. Notwithstanding containing anything, no need to use of such lamba chauda sentences or statements. Just supposed to speak and supposed to use very simple and sweet words, particularly the language. Don't use technical words when it is not needed. When you are speaking a general topic, no need to use of that one. So this is an important aspect, audience profile. We have discussed it in public speaking skills. That's why you are supposed to keep the status and a level of the person to whom you are speaking over the mobile. That's why use proper language or simple language. Don't go for technical and compulsive words and statements. Next one, avoid talking about personal and confidential topics in public place. Yeah. So this is a communication tool. This is a communication mechanism, and this is an electronic gadget that make to connect the people over the globe. Better to speak for formal matters only. Don't go for informal matters when you are standing in public. When you are making a public addressing or a public gathering, don't use personal topics or confidential topics over phone. Right? So I think you got this point. Use proper, used to discriminate and distinguish where to speak personal and confidential and where not to speak. This is next one, sixth one. If it must be and if the sixth one, if it must be on and it could be bother others, use the silent ring mode and move away to talk. Right? So you have some font of your favorable song or ringtone, but it is not permissible or allowed everywhere where the mobile is making disturbance. Right? So better to put off your ringtone. Put off your ringtone and put a smart ringtone or put a vibration. Of course, vibration also making some annoyance also. Right? Better keep them in a mute way, so that the other will not be disturbed by your phone. That's why as much possible as you are supposed to make silent the ring mode. Next one, don't make calls in library, theater, church, or from your table in a restaurant. These are some public places where you are not supposed to speak phones. Better don't make calls. If it is urgent or if it is a very important call, you are supposed to make excuse or make pass of the conversation being taken place on that day, and you are supposed to come out that place and make call or attend that calls or call back. Make call back of that previously, calls. Next one, don't text during class or a meeting at your job. Many times we are seeing that many students using this chatting when the lecture is going on. And the members of a meeting also making usage of this one, playing games, or usage of this one, or chatting particularly. That's why this is an indication of your withdrawing behavior. This is an indication of your poor personality contact. That's why you are supposed to avoid the chatting work or texting work during a meeting or during a class or during a conversation. That shows your level of interest. That shows your what I mean to say, regretness. That shows your irresponsibility, and that shows the speaker's disguisement over you. That's why avoid this texting or chatting during classwork or something meetings. Next one, private info can be forwarded, so don't text it. What it mean? Private info can be forwarded, so don't text it. I mean, you don't put your personal feelings or opinions or confidential matters over chat. Someone can tamper, someone can manipulate, someone can I mean change its actual purpose. That's why don't use mobiles for conversation of private topics or confidential matters or individual tasks. That's why it is an important. But nowadays people, particularly students, making usage of their mobiles for all purpose. Very soon they will get to experience how they were morphed, how they were I mean misused, right? So better to this avoid. And last but not least, never drive and use your phone at the same time. Never drive and use your phone at the same time means don't use mobiles while you are driving. So many kind of situations you are seeing in papers and news channels for regard to accident that are taken place because of usage of mobile while driving, right? So don't drive when you are speaking, or don't use mobile when you are driving, right? So these are some important etiquette. If you follow that one, everyone will feel to feel to happy, and respect to receive a call, and respect to react to your conversation. After all, it is a matter of communication process. You are making a call, you are texting a message while expecting a feedback or a reply for a convenience, for an opinion or for convenience, what it may be. So objectives of communication can be done through a mobile. That's why if you want to fulfill the objectives of communication through mobile, or you are expecting some goodness or positiveness from others or the audience, then you are supposed to follow this mobile etiquette. Okay, right? So dear friends, this is regard to the strategies of strategies of role play at various contexts, and mobile etiquette at various backdrops, right? So with these academic, professional context communication process were being discussed over, right? So I think these were about 9 sessions. Whenever you feel time, go through these 9 sessions by one, so that you will be in a position, or you will be get aware of what is the meaning of communication, levels of communication, types of communication, verbal communication strategy, non-verbal communication strategies, public speaking skills, interview skills, and what I mean to say, group discussion strategies, debate strategies, and role playing skills, and mobility, right? So I hope you could gather some information regard to this lecture series, particularly 9 sessions, and we will be meeting in another topic in the coming time. Till then, have a nice time. Stay home and stay safe. See you, and thank you for listening patiently, listening over this lecture. See you. Have a nice day.